The church is perfectly equipped to reach a world that doesn't exist anymore. See, too many churches are using pre-pandemic methods to reach a post-pandemic world. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down some strategies that are working right now that allowed a brand new church plant that just couldn't get traction to get 180 new visitors in only 12 months. So let's dive into some fresh, innovative church growth ideas coming up. Hey, what's up? Welcome back, y'all. My name is Chris Abbott, but all my friends just call me Abbo. And if you're finding this channel for the very first time, well, welcome. It's good to have you guys here. We created this channel for pastors and church leaders that are looking for practical tips and strategies on reaching more people for Jesus. So what we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna break down a simple 3-part strategy that you can use in order to reach more people for Jesus and grow your church, all while going all in on a strategy that is ministry, not marketing. So let's dive in. Now, I've actually helped over 500 churches in the last 24 months execute this exact strategy that I'm going to be giving you in this video. We had a church of 15 people that grew to 50 in only 2 months. We had a church of 60 that grew to 110 in only 3 months. And we had a church of 130 that broke through the 200 barrier in only 3 months, right? We've got tons of stories like this and tons of case studies. So let's talk about how you can use this strategy at your church. All right, step number 1 is you want to set up a targeted Facebook ad. Now, we've got plenty of videos on this, so if you want to learn a little bit more about Facebook ads, kind of go a little bit more in depth on how to set these up, you can check out my other video, The Ultimate Guide to Facebook Ads Part 1, or click on the link in the description below. So you're going to go to facebook.com/ads manager, and you're going to create a brand new ad, and the marketing objective that you're going to choose is messages. Now, Facebook gives you all different types of choices like engagement or reach or impressions or traffic, right? But we don't want to run any of those. For this one, we want to specifically run a messages ad, because what we're going to do is we're going to send people from Facebook into Facebook Messenger. Okay, so you want to set up, just leave the targeting wide open, everyone between the ages of 18 and 65 plus, and you want to target everyone within driving distance of your church, which most of the time is about 10 to 15 miles, depending on what driving distance is for your church in the city that you live in. Now, your goal in this ad is to do something that my friend Aaron Butler says: stop the scroll and touch the soul. Right? So what you want to do is you want to have some type of creative, whether it's a video or a picture, that's going to stop people as they're scrolling through their phones. And then you want to have something that's going to touch the soul, meaning it's going to connect with them emotionally. So this can be based on prayer or purpose or encouragement, or maybe it can have something to do with marriage or parenting. But whatever it is, you need to write this in a way that's going to make people create an emotional connection with your ad. And then you're going to lead them to the next step, which is to click on the link below. And then you want to have a conversation with them inside of Messenger. So that's why we're creating a messages ad. We're targeting everyone within driving distance of the church. They're going to click on the ad and it's going to automatically open up Facebook Messenger. And then you're going to go on to step 2. All right, step 2 is you want to create a custom chatbot. Now, if you are unfamiliar with chatbots, they're actually pretty simple. These are basically just automated sequences that live inside of Facebook that get delivered whenever someone messages your church Facebook page. So it's kind of like a pre-written text message that lives inside of Facebook, right? Super simple, but all you want to do is, let's say you're running an ad for prayer. Whenever someone clicks on your ad and sends their prayer request through Messenger, you simply want to have a chatbot that collects that messenger, that has a conversation with them, thanks them, and promises to pray for them. And then I like for it to lead to an invite to Sunday morning church. So we actually had a church that did this exact strategy. They were running about 40 people, and in 4 months, they had 109 new families that planned a visit to their church, right? We had a church of 20 people that had over 200 plan your visits in only 5 months. And we had a church of 110 people that had 70 plan your visits in the first 4 months, right? This strategy works because you're making an emotional connection with people. You're taking them from Facebook into Messenger, where you can have a ministry conversation with them, and then you're inviting them to plan a visit for Sunday morning. All right, so before I get to my last point, man, would you consider subscribing to this channel? We put out brand new videos every single day, 5 days a week. We're talking about things like church growth, social media, digital ministry, and how to reach more people for Jesus. So hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified every single time we drop a new video. All right, and then step number 3, you want to set up a custom 12-week follow-up system. And I personally like using something like Text in Church for this. If you have a small church and you're not used to having a lot of visitors, it might be easy to kind of remember each and every visitor, how long ago they visited, and you could continue to have an extended follow-up system that you could do manually. But the problem is, once you start to get a couple dozen or even a couple hundred visitors every single year, there's just no way to remember every single person and where they're at. And if you try to leave it up to your team or your own memory in order to follow up, it's just not going to happen, right? So what you need is some type of a tool where you can set up an automated follow-up system. And I think the best tool on the planet for that is Text in Church. I don't work for them, but I am a huge fan. In fact, when we started using Text in Church at my church, it was crazy. Literally, we had Katie, who does all of our assimilation, and people started running up to her at church, throwing their arms around her and hugging her and saying, "Katie, thank you so much for texting me and for the emails. Thank you for just following up with me. I came here a month and a half ago. I've been meaning to come back, but just things kept getting in the way. I thought you forgot about me, but I've been getting your texts and your emails. Thank you so much. I want you to know I'm here. I'm back. Thank you." And it's funny, I was there a couple of times with Katie talking when people came up and said that. I mean, multiple times. And literally, she would just turn to me like, "I have no idea who that was." Right? It's because they were getting the follow-up system, every single one, right? And because Katie set it up, she just signed it Katie, right? And as that follow-up system continued to follow up with people, it was building that personal relationship. The great thing is when they came out and they started to assimilate, they actually got to know Katie really well. They already felt like they knew her, and it became a really, really smooth assimilation process as they started to get involved with some of our groups and some of our volunteer teams, and they went through next steps, which consequently Katie was the teacher of. But there's no way that Katie could have remembered to follow up with every single person without using some type of an automated system. So whatever it is, go out there and build some type of a follow-up system. I recommend doing at least a 12-week follow-up system because the average person goes to church 1.2 times per month, and that was before COVID, right? So a lot of times you're gonna have somebody who may call your church home and they may visit once, but they might only come to an actual service once every 2 or 3 months. So if you're gonna do that, you need to make sure to have an automated 12-week follow-up system. I think Text in Church is simply the best way to do that. All right, so if you like this video and you're intrigued by this blueprint, but you don't want to go set it up yourself, we literally just gave you all the parts and told you exactly what to do. But if you'd rather just have someone build this out for you, head over to churchgrowthagency.com and let's have a conversation about what it would look like to have us set this up for your church. We'll see you soon.